We received thousands of emails from viewers, but this was a medical question we'd never seen before.
In fall of last year, I began perspiring a rust color. It's staining my bedding. You can see where I've sat on the edge, underneath, on the sheets, my pillow, and this is through clothes. When I sleep, I wear t-shirts, and this is what I get when I wake up. I have the orange rim around my nails. Once my arm hits it, I have the color. It's very embarrassing. I've been keeping a log of things that are of the color that I'm bleaching and trying to decide if any of these things were to contribute to that. And I've discontinued some of them and still continue to get worse. None of these items seem to be of an issue. I'm very concerned it could be my house making me sick.
Well, could Debbie's house be making her sick, or does she have an undiagnosed medical condition? We sent Dr. Sears to investigate.
Debbie's illness was like nothing I'd ever heard of. She was sweating rust, and in order to get to the bottom of it, I was going to need some help.
Hi, Debbie, Dr. Sears.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet
sir.
you.
Mwah.
This is Mike from ABC Environmental Services.
Hi, Mike.
And
Hi,
he
Debbie.
is going to help us find out if there's something in your house making you sick.
Debbie showed us around her house.
Trying to get these stains out, I've lost the color in my sheets.
But it wasn't just Debbie. From her sink to her washing machine and even her shower, everything was turning red.
I really don't even use it because I don't trust it. I live near a former chemical plant, and that worries me.
Debbie was concerned about a creosote plant which the EPA had cleaned up in 2000. We tested the air.
We're setting up our air sampling device. We'll determine if there's any microbial activity in the air.
We searched for toxic elements.
Could very well be mold.
We checked her well.
It actually looks pretty clean inside,
It does.
but we want to get our water sample from her tap source to figure
Okay.
out if she's having a problem with the water.
What I want to do next is bring you back to Los Angeles and have you see some of our specialists to run some tests on you.
Hi, I'm Dr. Pinzone. Nice to meet you.
Debbie, nice to meet you.
Have you seen anybody, any healthcare providers, for the problems that you mentioned?
I've seen my medical doctor, I've seen the internist, and I've seen a dermatologist and a cardiologist.
So based on what you've told me, I'd like to send you for some blood work.
I'm in.
I'm from Quest Diagnostic Laboratories. I'm here today to take some blood and forwarded the results to Dr. Pinzone.
We sent off all the tests, and now we'll see what we find out.
Debbie joins us along with endocrinologist Dr. Joseph Pinzone, and you've been through a lot. We put you through a battery of tests. We put your house through a battery of tests. The one thing I did want to ask you is health-wise, have you noticed, as you're literally
Yeah, look at that.
emitting this rust color from your skin, have you noticed specific health changes or just this?
No, I've been increasingly getting sicker in other ways. I have a fluttering in my heart. I have some joint problems that have gotten worse. Eye
So
problems.
you're not feeling good either. I think that's an important point here. Now,
Yeah.
Dr. Sears, you mentioned, Debbie, living near this creosote plant. A lot of people haven't heard of that term, creosote.
Right. It's in a lot of railroad ties and lumber. It's that tarry smell that you get.
Yeah, and it's made from coal tar, and you can find it in things like railroad ties and a lot of other things. Pesticides sometimes. It's considered extremely toxic, and if you have those things in your backyard and you've got kids playing around, you should be aware of it. We know it can lead to rashes, chemical burns, amongst other things, but when it does come to creosote, one of the things that we found is that, yes, we know it's potentially toxic, but the EPA has actually been to this site, and we did reach out to the EPA to ask about the safety of that plant, given Debbie's concerns. This is the statement they gave us. The EPA completed cleanup of surface contamination at the property in 2000, and recovery of subsurface contamination, that's ongoing. Earlier this year, the EPA completed the third 5-year review, determining that the remedy was still protective. The EPA will continue to address community concerns.